another video walkthrough um, by me, Cameron Cintron. And today we're gonna go through the build process of getting your application onto a Windows device, and specifically Windows 8.1 mobile phones. And I only say that just because that's what I just happened to do. I mean, the process is similar for all of them. I mean, it's I'll call it what it is. It's exactly the same. But this is just what I ended up having to do, so I'm just going to end up saying Windows 8.1 naturally. So we have our project here, blah.unity that I think I used in another video walkthrough. So let's pretend this is your project, and you're going to go to File, Build Settings. Oh, I'm still in Android. We're going to go to Windows Store. Now, you don't have to set this right now. You can set this whenever you want. It's mainly for when you build out your project to be brought into Visual Studio. Okay, so I'm just going to set it like that just because. Alright, so that was instantaneous. But of course, if you're going to have a whole bunch of assets, it's going to take a little bit longer to convert everything over. All right. Now, when we did that, we had to go and set up our SDKs and like the Java development kit, the Java runtime environment, I think. No, the NDK and the Android SDK. Uh, Windows is a little bit cleaner, I guess. You don't have to download all that extra stuff, is what I mean. But you still have to hop over some hurdles. Uh, what I like about Android is once you get all of the NDK, the SDK, and the JDK, all that set up, when you connect your Android device to the computer, you just got to click pretty much build and run, and it'll throw your app on your tablet. Well, with Windows, it's not exactly like that. And well, we're gonna go through it. So let's let's assume everything in your project works, and you're gonna go to your player settings. This you can set that as you will, portrait, landscape, that kind of thing. If you developed your app for Android already, it'll probably already be set, so you don't have to worry about that. This thing, now I haven't actually seen it displayed in my app, but I'm assuming it automatically throws whatever you put on here uh, on one of base. It'll write that based on whichever one of these you end up having checked. I didn't check any of them, so I don't think it doesn't show up anything for me. Um, but go ahead and you want to name this whatever, and so blah. Now I'm gonna hit space, and well, if I were to leave it like this after I hit the space bar, uh, when I go were to if I were to go in build out the application, I don't know if it's right here. No, it's later. It won't break now if we were to hit build, but later when we start working with the Visual Studio part, then it's gonna say you can't have a space at the end of the short name. So you want to make sure that's blank. Now, what you could do is you could be like blah blah, and you can have that space there, and it won't break. Uh, this stuff, play around with that, see what happens, let me know. Okay, so we're going to expand all of these, and yeah, lots of options for logos and tiles and stuff. It's quite ridiculous. Like, geez, it would be it'd be really nice if I could just put one picture, like with Android, where you just drag your icon and then it populates them all. and then if it could just resize everything based on that. I mean, I guess the option to have um, some of these other configurations, like this guy right here, 744 by 360. I guess we can't really achieve that by just having one universal picture, but all this other stuff like 99 by 99, 71 by 70, where the heck did they come up with that? I don't even know. But whatever, not my decision. Lucky for you, there are tools. Um, and I can't even remember what tool I downloaded. Ah, Icon Maker. Okay. That is one of them. That's the one I ended up downloading. And this one's got ads and stuff. Um, and I actually found that one uh, because I couldn't find another one that I was trying to find when I was looking at their little video about building for Windows. Alright, well, the video I followed to create all these images, I guess it's that page is gone. So if you go to the Windows App Store, Windows Store, just Store, you can search something. Icon Maker, I guess. You can do that, or you could, let's see, image generator. That was another one, but it was $1.29. I didn't want to buy it. Um, and it had a bad review. So, yeah, just go ahead and download the Icon Maker. And you'll find your image. I'll take this one for instance. And, see, this one says Windows 8.1. I don't know if you can change that at all. You might have to find a different app. And then you just click generate. And it does all that for you. And you could click save. Let's see. Yeah, and it saves at this location. So you gotta go grab that. And what I would do is when you find it, drop it right into your project somewhere. So then what you gotta do is the best thing, what I suggest is making two inspectors and have one of them locked. No, we said locked. And edit all of these. Um, and then on this guy, display your picture. Like, hey, do I got anything? I don't. Darn. Well, that way, and the purpose of this one would be so that you could see the dimensions. Like, oh hey, gotta look for that 150 by 150. So then pull that over there. Oh yeah, and not to mention you can't drag and drop. You gotta actually use a file browser, which kind of stinks, but whatever. So do the best you can. Try to fill up as many of these as you can based on the pictures that got generated from that icon maker thing. Once you do that, oh geez. Da, da, da. This guy, you're gonna wanna pay attention to the publishing settings. You wanna change that, of course. So what I've been doing, let's see, let's see, what's this project? This project was called Test. So what I recommend you doing is doing like a test or whatever your project name is, test version 1.0.0.0. That way you can keep track of what version each one of your builds ends up being, as well as it matching up with this. Oh, okay, apparently that happened. Whatever. Uh, this guy, this certificate, you're gonna need to create one of those. It's really simple. It's just like the certificate thing for Android, the key store. That I think should be the same description as whatever you're going to end up putting in the product store. Like on Android, for my app, I put it's just a casual game, so nothing too long, and the rest you can just ignore. Uh, this stuff is kind of ambiguous. Some of it's like, do I need that? Like internet client? What? What is that? Or music library? Well, music library, I guess you would look for music on your phone or whatever. But this guy, you can just go ahead and check that one, I think. I'm pretty sure it's that one. Um, Otherwise you'll get an error. Okay, so that's all the stuff that you have to do within Unity. What you'll go and build. Just create, let's see, where's that demonstration? Oh, apparently this is the SVN project. Create a new folder, Windows 8.1, and just select that folder. Or you can make a folder in that folder, just totally up to you. Doesn't really matter where you place it, it's just for organizational purposes. Okay, wonderful. Wunderbar, as they say in German, I think. I don't actually speak German. Uh, so what that did is that generated a whole bunch of files and doesn't actually make the project for us to send right up to the App Store. What it does is creates this little guy that we got to open. And of course, if you're running Unity 5.3, oh, that's the one I'm running at least. It'll have already come with Visual Studio Community. Now, if this is your first time doing this, which I assume it is if you're watching this video, you're probably missing their toolkit, which what you need to do is you need to go to New Project um, and expand all of this Windows 8, and Windows Phone. Oh, geez, did it add all of this? And now I can't even get to it? Well, that's fun. Okay. Maybe it's in this guy. Well, one of these tabs, you're gonna have to look for it, but it's you download the Windows 8 slash 8.1 toolkit. Yeah, I'm guessing it was right here. And then once you install that, you will be golden. So your project, you're gonna want to click that guy, and now pay attention here. You want to go to you go to the properties, and aha, want to click code analysis, and you want to click that guy, and you want to click, well, let's assume you're developing for mobile. If you're doing this for mobile, go ahead and give that guy a click. Um, well, you know what? Do one of this first because that helped me figure out an issue that I wouldn't have known. And it's really cool because, from my understanding, with building it like debug to your phone does is it provides a console window for any output stuff right on your phone screen. Any errors that you get will pop up right there. It's really cool, but holy cow, the stuff it's running behind the scenes is really intensive. My app runs really smooth on Android, but then I built it out via debug like this, and it slowed it down crazy. So then I watched the video, and then it's like, oh, well, there's three different levels. There's the debug, the release, and the master. So yeah, debug as I said, it has all the debug stuff in it. Release doesn't have any of the debug stuff, but it has a profiler in it, so you can look for any things that are causing you to have hiccups in your frame rate, or the profiler. But the master doesn't have any of that, and this is what you would actually submit to the Windows Store. So you can do that. Okay, now that's pretty much all you would have to do, and then you connect your device and you click play. But wait, if you try and do that now, it's gonna say, well, your device isn't registered with Microsoft. It needs to be unlocked, just like Apple. So what you gotta do is, see, this is the page I was trying to go to, but Windows Developer, to download that icon, the image generator. Go to dev.windows, log in, create an account, whatever. It costs $19, $20, something like that. And you won't see this right away. You might. I don't know. I can't remember. Because now I submitted an app and it looks all different. This would be empty and actually had a big old plus right in the center. And you click create a new app. And I'm not going to walk through it because that stuff's permanent and you can't get rid of it. Uh, so go through that. It takes forever. But once you do that, let's see, and I'm gonna cancel that just to see if I can show. If I go to account settings, oh, devices, there you go. See it? Oh, I gotta click it. See, there we go. It's got my device. Now, to get your device unlocked, what you do is you da, 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 da. Okay, so extra space. No. Go to your wherever your Visual Studio stuff is. And you want to go to Microsoft SDKs, was it? Yes. Then Windows Phone, maybe. 8.1, tools, phone registration. Run that bad boy. It's gonna say connect your phone through a USB cord, ask you to sign in, make sure your screen is unlocked, and then that's all you do to unlock your phone. It's a process, but you gotta do it. Okay, so once you connect your phone, then you click this guy, play it. It'll build out to your phone. There might be a hiccup. I don't know how good that icon generator tool is, because three images that I did, it said there were errors, so then I had to relink a couple of images. But once you do that, then you're golden. Um, and now you want to build out your project to the store, because you don't submit this folder to the store. What you do is you got to make sure you click a solution, not the solution. You got to click this project, and you go to build. No, not build. Project. Okay, you go to project and you go to store. You go to upload. No, create. Yes. Yes. Oh, oh, jeez. Whatever. Just go through that process. If you're building for Windows 8.1 phone, it might, at the very end, when it's asking you to checkmark between this ARM or x86, it might say you can't checkmark x86 because You're not set up for Windows Mobile. Just ignore it. ARM works fine for Windows Phones 8.1. At least in my experience. My game's in the App Store and it builds out to my phone. So that's all that matters. So build it out, and where you're gonna go, or what you're gonna grab is, I'm not gonna go in here. So let's let's pretend build. Okay, it's gonna create a folder where this project stuff was. So go in that folder and grab app packages. And there's, well, you see 4 in mine. See, okay, so see this 1.1.0.1? That's the version number. So that one links up with that. And then I made another version, and then those two linked up. So just to clear that up, uh, Microsoft suggests that you take this guy and you sideload this test folder and you sideload that to a device. I haven't tried that. I don't. You'd have to Google that. You can totally skip that process though. What you upload is this guy right there. So I'll show you exactly where you do that. Um, um, uh, Okay, so after you've made your thing, you would go to submissions. Oh, where I'm at. And well, right now I have one, but it'll ask you to make a submission. And then once you're in the submission, you've got to fill out all this stuff. Oh my gosh. But you click packages, you there'll be an empty box like right here for you to drop. In fact, let me back out just to show it off. Uh, Unless I can't make one because I probably can't make one because this guy is uploading right now. But yeah, you would go into the packages and take this guy, and you just drag it wherever the whatever the little box looks like. And that's all there is to actually uploading it. And then, so let's look at this. Oh, so once you fill out all the stuff, all of this stuff, you can click View Progress, and it's going to show you how far along. And once this is done, you're golden. Except it's not actually going to appear in the store for like 16 hours. And where you would find the actual URL to that would be like if you went to the app, you got to click App Management here on the side, click App Identity. I hope nothing bad is on here that I'm not supposed to be sharing. You just click this guy right here. Could be clicking it and just opening it, but I'm gonna do that. See, and it's not there. My app is not on the store, even though it's published. So that's because you get a nice little email that says, all right, you're done. Give it 16 hours and it'll be there. So we'll see. That's what I know. But yeah, that's all there is to building out two Windows devices. I assume the process is very similar to Windows 10 stuff. So yeah, if any questions, let me know and I'll try to help as best as I can. Thank you very much.